Wake Tech colleagues, and welcome to the 2021 academic year. I'm excited about what this year brings for us at Wake Tech and the impact that we will have on our students and our community during the coming year. This year we start the year with a lot of excitement, a lot of new opportunities, but we're also continuing some things that we would like to have behind us right now, but we're still working through. One of which is the reemergence of the new variant, the Delta variant of COVID. We went through a period earlier in the summer when we were able to shed our masks and be a little more free. Now the Delta variant brings back COVID a little more to us, and as we start this fall semester, we'll be starting back with masks required indoors. We want to do everything we can to make sure that we can move forward as we intend to do and support our students, but do so as safely for everyone involved. Masks will be required inside, and we will continue to monitor and work very closely with both our local and state health authorities as we move forward through this most recent strain of COVID. In doing so, the best way for us to move past COVID is through vaccination. And we will continue to be vigilant in making vaccines widely available, as we've had throughout the summer, having vaccination sites on both of our college gyms. Now we'll move into the fall where we'll be having different pop-up opportunities for students and expansion of those opportunities at our Beltline campus. Vaccines are crucial for us getting past COVID. The data is very clear. The impacts, the significant severe impacts of COVID, hospitalization and death, are occurring among those who are unvaccinated. So I encourage each of you, if you have not been vaccinated yet, please consider it so that we can keep everyone safe, our students as well as our staff and faculty, in moving forward this year and moving past COVID. Something that's been on my mind this summer, I know it's been on your mind, is what we pay our faculty and staff, our great faculty and staff that make Wake Tech who we are. And the very honest truth is we don't pay you nearly enough. And we've been very involved, all of us across the state involved with community colleges, here at Wake Tech, working with our legislators to advocate for a state budget that provides the salaries that are so badly needed, or really the Achilles heel challenge for community colleges in North Carolina. I wish I could tell you today that we have our state budget and we know what it means and what the impacts will be moving forward. We don't. The process has moved slowly to this point this year, which is bad news in the context that there's still some uncertainty. The good news is that each of the budgets, the governor's proposed budget, the Senate budget, and just this week the House budget included raises as well as bonuses for faculty and staff. So at this point, I do feel confident that this year there will be raises and I think probably bonuses for faculty and staff. What we don't know now is the level of those raises, and that's ultimately what's important. We began the year advocating as a statewide system for a 5% increase for staff and faculty in the community college system. We've seen various amounts from 7.5% down to 3%, different forms of proposal, different forms of differentiation. The important thing to keep in mind right now is that it is a process, and it will come to an end probably in the next 4 to 8 weeks, and we will know at that point in time. And I do imagine that I think there will be some form of raise and bonuses, and they'll be retroactive to the beginning of the year if all things go as they have in previous years. We will remain vigilant to advocate for what I see as being the most crucial issue affecting Wake Tech and all the community colleges across North Carolina. And I remain hopeful, very hopeful, that we will have progress this year in terms of faculty and staff salaries. Still to be determined is the level of that progress. Stay tuned and be patient. The mission of Wake Tech is to provide equitable access to higher education that transforms lives through personal fulfillment and economic mobility. And that's what each and every one of you are doing as we double down to make that impact for our community, and particularly for the people of our community who need that opportunity the most, the opportunity that flows through Wake Tech. One of my favorite days this summer was here in this room on our northern campus when we welcomed students who were taking part in the first Summer Bridge activities, an effort that's part of our strategic planning to provide a little head start, a little running room for students who may need that to be able to succeed at Wake Tech. You know, at Wake Tech, we take as much pride in our inclusivity as some other colleges do in their exclusivity. Those colleges that only accept a smaller percentage of students and that way are highly rejective, we're just the opposite. We accept everybody. And we're not a weed out college. We're not a college that says, look to your left, look to your right. Who's not going to be here? We say, look to your left, look to your right. Each of us succeed and move forward, every one of us. And that's what our Reach and Rally strategic plan is about. How do we reach out into the community to provide more opportunities for people who need us? And how do we rally around our students and our community so that everyone succeeds and has an opportunity in this great community? So efforts like our Summer Bridge program are those designed to provide equitable outcomes, the notion of everyone succeeding at Wake Tech. But we want more of those opportunities for all our students. That's the focus on equitable access. And you'll see lots of those efforts emerging as we double down to provide those opportunities, from partnerships with groups in our public schools like Juntos or Communities in Schools, our outreach in terms of our new site of our Eastern Wake campus that'll break ground in October, and reaching out into other areas like work with our Title I high school to make sure we reach students who may not have seen the possibilities or the opportunities of Wake Tech. We want that available to all throughout our community. And that's why equitable access and equitable outcomes cap our focus for our strategic Reach and Rally plan. Core to our success as a college happens here in our classrooms, and our shops, and our labs, where teaching and learning is fundamental and the core work of our college takes place. I've been so thankful for each of our faculty, all of our faculty who've been engaged in helping us think about what do we need to do as a college to support and promote excellence in teaching and learning. Look this year as some of those strategies begin to emerge and our faculty move us forward in this regard, including areas such as the creation of a Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning and an expansion of the virtual resources that supports our students' learning. For our students to succeed from coming to Wake Tech, it's vital that they complete the goals that brought them to Wake Tech. That's why this year, as part of our Reach and Rally strategic plan, you see a big focus on rethinking and revising our advising structures, as well as the work in our diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, making sure that we are reflective of the student body and that the students see themselves in us at Wake Tech. I like to refer to Wake Tech as our region's and North Carolina's largest through college. While many of our students may not have intended or thought about going to Wake Tech years ago, more students will come through us at Wake Tech than any other college in North Carolina. Typically, they come through us to achieve one or two goals. One is for many of them to transfer to a university here in North Carolina or nearby. That's why our work in creating transfer pipelines is so key to our Reach and Rally strategic plan. This year, we've worked to expand several of our guaranteed admissions programs opportunities, the partnerships that we have with four-year colleges around guaranteed admissions. Starting with initial partnerships that we had both at NC State and UNC Chapel Hill, this year we've added to those partnerships with UNC Charlotte, Appalachian State, UNC Greensboro, North Carolina A&T, and we will continue to work with these key transfer pipelines, the destinations where our students hope to be one day, to make sure that our students have all the opportunities here at Wake Tech to access the opportunities they pursue at our university partners. This week we signed up really a path-breaking agreement with East Carolina University, where they will begin to offer on-site at Wake Tech bachelor's completion programs in applied technology areas like mechanical engineering, architecture, and others to expand, providing opportunities for students to live here and go far while staying at Wake Tech. We look forward to more of those opportunities, expanding those transfer pipelines through our Reach and Rally strategic plan. The other reason students come through Wake Tech is to access one of the most dynamic labor markets in the United States. And our region keeps growing and providing opportunity for the people of this region. Just in the past few months, think about it. Apple's large campus, some of the largest biotech announcements and investment in the history of our state, Fujifilm, Amgen, others. This is a place of great opportunity, but we want it to be a place of opportunity not just for people who come here. Our region shouldn't be just a magnet for people to come here to have work opportunity. We want our region to be a ladder to opportunity for people who grew up here, particularly those who may have not had the opportunities others had growing up. That's the unique role of Wake Tech, to be our region's ladder college, a ladder into the great opportunity that exists in the Research Triangle region. Many of those opportunities take place in the unique shops and labs that we have at Wake Tech. And this year we introduced new programs and new facilities like our new Hendrick Center for Automotive Excellence here on our northern campus, or our new Biotech Center will be located on our RTP campus. Let's go in and take a quick look. The education that will take place in this facility, our Hendrick Center for Automotive Excellence, represents what we aspire to with our ladder approach. Students can come out of high school through youth apprenticeship programs, have access into great educational programs, the best of the kind in the country, work with leading programs through different employer partnerships, and even when they graduate and have a technical degree, have opportunity to transfer and move from mechanic to an automotive dealership management opportunity, a ladder all along the way to great opportunity for jobs that are in this region. Wake Tech is our region's ladder college. Our reach and rally strategies are vital for us to have the impact that we want to have as Wake Tech, as our region's through college, as the ladder college, as the college that our students choose to be their college, and as our community's college. Strategy is important, but Peter Drucker used to say, the strategist, that culture eats strategy for breakfast. And my predecessor, Steve Scott, used to always say that the people of Wake Tech are the secret sauce. So as important as our strategies are for the impact that we want to collectively have as the people of Wake Tech, always remember that your individual contributions, your individual engagements with each of our students are truly the secret sauce and are what they are looking for from their Wake Tech. And so as we emerge into what is our new year, our academic year of 2021, still burdened by some of the challenges that we've yet to shed off, but really from my point, and I hope from your perspective, excited about the opportunities that exist for us and our opportunity for impact. Please always remember how important you are to our ability to be the college our students need. And as our students walk through these doors next week, thousands coming and seeing also many again online, they're looking to see our faces. Even sometimes they may not be able to see our faces because of our masks, but they have to see our smiles, feel our smiles, and feel that this is the place for them. That even though they may not have thought this before they came here, that their first engagement with Wake Tech ensures to them that they made the right choice, that this is their college, and that they will be successful in achieving their goals by having chosen us, the people of Wake Tech. Thank you for everything you're doing to make us the college that we are. Thank you for all your contributions to our Reach and Rally strategic plan. And most important, thank you for sharing your smiles, your warmth, and who you are with our students. So as we move into the 2021 academic year, I also hope that we collectively move into this year with a sense of collective confidence of what we have been able to do for the past 18 months to 2 years during COVID, the collective impact that we've had, the ability to do things that perhaps we didn't imagine we could do, and now share that collective confidence with our students, giving them that confidence that they can do perhaps what they did not imagine being able to do. That's the Wake Tech history. That's what we've always been about. And that's what our future demands of us as we are our community's college. Thank you for being Wake Tech and for making Wake Tech the impact in our community and the impact in our students' lives that we are today. Good luck.